Most people think they need to choose between capital and exposure, but smart users are doing both. The hype token gives alignment. HLP gives output. You don't have to pick one side of the ecosystem. HLP is the yield engine or the hyperliquidity pool. The hype token is the network signal. They reinforce each other. HLP is the strategy layer and the hype token is the ownership layer. You route capital through HLP, you hold hype to represent belief. Both create compounding effects. One operates, one reflects. HLP is infrastructure in action. The hype token is system expression. Together, they form the full stack. One operates, one reflects. HLP is infrastructure in action. The hype token is system expression. Together, they form the full stack. HLP is about what you do. The hype token is about what you understand. Smart users take action, then align with performance. Both matter. HLP earns, hype signals. One is flow, one is feedback. Hyperliquid makes them work together. You can use HLP without holding hype, but you'll want both. Use builds belief. Belief builds alignment. Alignment scales faster. HLP doesn't require conviction, just capital. Anyone can route capital. Results show up fast. The hype token rewards those who see early. Hype isn't a reward for using HL. It's a mirror of its utility. The system grows, the asset reflects. That's how real tokens work. You can measure HL's impact in two ways. HLP equals throughput. The hype token equals belief, and both matter. Smart users don't max one side. They stack both. Yield and alignment. Flow and conviction. Usage and ownership. HLP is the income layer, and hype is the identity layer. Use HLP to earn. Hold hype to belong. Together, it feels complete. Hype doesn't drive HL's value. HL creates hype's value. You don't need narrative, just throughput. Belief follows performance. Capital can flow without belief, but belief multiplies it. Smart users understand that and act on both sides because conviction compounds return. Using HLP is the first step. Owning hype is the next. One gives you data, one gives you leverage. Together, they create foresight. You're not forced to choose. You're invited to align. HL supports dual use. HLP and hype play distinct roles, and alignment scales better than speculation. Use HLP to build wealth. Hold hype to represent that system. Utility below, signal above, clean ecosystem logic. You don't need permission to use HLP. Just plug in. Strategy goes live. Hype reflects it all. The two sides of Hyperliquid create a complete experience. One active, one passive, both powerful. Owning hype versus using HLP isn't either or. It's the new both and. Smart capital gets it and acts accordingly. Full cycle engagement creates edge. HLP is the operating system. Hype is the signal layer. One moves capital, one moves attention. Both are powerful. You don't need to speculate, you need to participate. HLP rewards activity. Hype rewards alignment. Smart users do both. Capital feels different when it's routed intelligently. HLP makes that possible. Hype lets you own that logic. Strategy and signal stay in sync. Hype isn't the entry point, it's the expression. HLP delivers performance. Hype lets you align with it. Value flows from use, not hype. Every strategy starts with HLP. Vaults use it. Agents use it. Hype reflects it. You don't farm hype, you understand it. That's why it works. That's why it scales. That's why it lasts. Owning hype without using HLP is missing the point. Use the engine, own the signal, that's the full stack. Using HLP without owning hype is leaving the loop incomplete. Strategy is action. Ownership is alignment. Both create edge. It's not a token-first system. It's a user-first one. HLP runs the protocol. Hype runs the proof. Users drive the value loop. You don't need a stake to participate, but you'll want exposure. Smart users get in early because the system works and the upside compounds. Yield draws users. Execution builds trust. Ownership holds value. HLP starts the journey. Hype completes the loop. Together, they reinforce belief. You don't need to wait for a catalyst. You just need to connect. Use HLP now. Hold hype while you do. The system rewards early action. Smart users think in layers. Use layer 1, hold layer 2, then let them compound together. You don't need to choose between utility and conviction. HL lets you deploy capital and conviction at once. HLP delivers performance, and the hype token captures belief. One drives flow, one reflects growth. HLP equals input, and the hype token equals signal. Smart users follow both. This isn't about price, it's about positioning. HLP is how you move, and the hype token is where you align. Performance becomes presence. You don't need to hope, you just need to use. HL handles the rest. Hype is what proves it worked. Action replaces speculation. Execution becomes belief when it's this clean. HL gives you the base. Hype rewards the insight. Use validates ownership. You're not choosing a side, you're choosing a system. HLP powers the activity. Hype tracks the network. Both sides strengthen each other. You can build wealth actively and align with it passively. That's the HLP hype cycle. HLP powers your moves. Hype captures your belief. Users who understand both will outperform those who don't. HL is working now. Hype reflects that edge. Dual awareness creates advantage. The smartest users route capital and hold alignment. One creates outcome, one creates conviction. Together, they generate momentum. This isn't advice, it's system design. HL makes performance easy. Hype makes exposure real. You make the connection. No need to time it, just plug in. Use HLP. Let hype grow with it. Participation is the signal. Most users will only do one, but both matter. Smart users will use and hold. Flow and alignment. Utility and expression. One feeds your wallet, the other feeds your edge. HLP creates capital flow. Hype reflects system growth. Together, they build positioning. You're not late to the token. You're early to the stack. Hyperliquid has just opened. The rest follows. Layers unlock value. Everything in HL rewards those who understand it first. HLP shows, hype compounds, early users gain most. Your portfolio doesn't need more assets, just more clarity. HL provides it, cleanly, through structure. Conviction comes from touching the infrastructure. Use it, feel it, understand it. You'll never need to explain HL to someone who uses it, and they'll probably hold hype too. Use reveals value. Ownership becomes obvious. Ownership feels different when it's aligned with usage. HL lets you do both, seamlessly, with no mental split. This is the most natural token-utility relationship in the space. No gimmicks, just logic and outcome. Smart capital isn't chasing yield, it's building position. HLP is the engine. Hype is the anchor. HL ties it all together. You don't need to understand all the mechanics, just the structure. HL is the base. HLP and hype is the framework. Simplicity drives conviction. Every smart user will use HL before they talk about it. And that's the best kind of growth. Real engagement precedes evangelism. Utility drives the message. You're not a holder or a farmer, you're a system-aligned user. That's the HL model. Participation is layered. Alignment creates the edge. This isn't two assets, it's one framework. HLP and hype work as a loop. Smart users run it. Alignment drives performance. There's no playbook, but there is a pattern. Use, align, compound. Let everyone else guess you're already participating. That's your edge. Use over speculation, experience is the moat. You're early to a system that doesn't rely on permission, just participation, just alignment, just performance. Owning hype versus using HLP, smart users don't pick sides, they stack layers. That's why they win. Utility and alignment compound. The system rewards both.